So you're going to need a, well, this is what I used, you can make your own combinations, but this is some wine red mica powder, and then some colorants for UV resin. I used red and a drop of coffee. You want UV resin. I probably wouldn't try this with the standard resin because that one it's just going to take too long to dry up, and also it stinks. Jewellery findings, so you need some lobster claws. I also have in here, so these are the end fasteners, and then lobster claws. This is an extension chain, and you're also going to need some jump rings, which are just these little metal rings that you can open up with your pliers. So I'll pull that out of here. So this is UV resin. As you work, you need to shade it from the light, because it does harden under UV light, so that's the sun. Hopefully the noise isn't too bad, I've got my laser running in the background. So if I remember right, I did a couple of drops of red. One of brown, or this one's coffee. And that's just going to darken it so it looks more like actual blood. And then just a smidge of this powder, which makes it shine like blood. If you put too much dye in, too much of the colourant, then it keeps it tacky and it doesn't dry properly, which isn't the end of the world, but yeah. So that's the sort of consistency I've got. And then this is just a cereal box. I have literally just cut the top off and put some snips in here to allow the elastic to go on, and I found that the width of a cereal box was about perfect for what I needed. So secure it like that. You will also need a UV light. So it just, the ones that the nail techs use, but this is a cheaper version, just a small one, so you don't need it big. So pop that there. And then literally all you're going to do is take your spatula and just run it down. The first one doesn't leave much, but it starts to leave a bit of an indentation where the drops can form. And then if you knock this as little as possible, which I suck at, then it won't make all those drops fall off. And then what we're going to do is just repeat this until you are happy with the amount of blood that is dripping off. But one round of this, as in one timer of this thing, is usually enough just for the initial cures of the resin. And then you can drip some more on. You can see it's already looking pretty good, so I think I'll just add one more round. So I've done 3 rounds of the blood drops, and I'm pretty happy with that length. So I'm probably just going to do one more of this to cure it, and then we'll check it properly. Oh. Okay, so now we need to make it into a necklace. So what I do is I measure my neck size. Now you've got this extension, bear in mind this is elastic, so it will stretch over time, so knock off a few centimetres at least, but not too much because you don't want it tight. So I'm going to do mine 34 centimetres long, making sure to get this into the middle, so the midpoint at 17 roughly, and we're going to allow a little bit extra space. It's not precise at all, but that is fine. And then tie a knot towards the end, and that's just something that the clasp can secure onto. The ball end. So it's a nice big knot. If you wanted, you could put a drop of clear UV resin on that just for added safety. And if you were in any way smart, you would have put the ball end on first. So now we're going to battle with it. See if we can undo it. Tell you what, I'll deal with that later. So ball end on first, just let that drop down. Couple of knots. Like that. Bring the ball end back up. What you want to do is pull that really tight and then cut off most of it. This is going to be hidden when you wear it, so it doesn't need to be perfect, but I'm just leaving a couple of millimeters, just like that. And then you seal this around it. And then if you care about your fingernails, use some pliers. But these jump rings, they pop open, go on there. Whoops. Do that again. In fact, you're either going to put your claw or your chain on, depending, one on each end. Seal that up, make sure there's no gap in it, because otherwise it can fall off. And there you are, so you can fasten that around your neck, and then if you see, it's just going to look like that whilst you wear it, so no one will be able to see the elastic unless they look really close. And it's, yeah, done.